welcome to PlayBranson, the show where you get to know Branson's entertainers better. I'm your host, Chris Meyer, and today's episode is brought to you by iBranson.com. It's the place where you can find all the latest Branson show schedules and attraction information. So be sure to go to iBranson.com. Our guest today is Rich and Anamarie Watson with a show called A Garth Tribute. And it's their first time on the show, so I'm excited to learn more about Rich and Anna and their new show. Now, when we think about Garth Brooks, he is the only artist in music history to have released 9 albums that were certified diamond. That's diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, surpassing the Beatles' former record of 6. Now, the Diamond Award was instituted in 1999 for albums or singles selling 10 million units. Garth has also won several awards in his career, including 2 Grammys, 17 American Music Award, including Artist of the 90s, and the RIAA Award for the best-selling solo album artist of the century in the United States. He's one of the best-selling music artists. He sold over 170 million records. And Billboard ranks Garth Brooks as the greatest male solo artist on the Billboard 200 chart of all time. As of 2020, he is the best-selling solo album artist in the United States with 162 million units sold, ahead of Elvis Presley, and he's second only to the Beatles in total album sales overall. Garth Brooks was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame on October 21st, 2012, and he's also been inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame the year before. So we're going to be back with our guest in just a moment to hear more about their new show, A Garth Tribute.
Hey, my name is Rich Watson. I have a Garth Tribute right here at the Jerry Presley's God & Country Theater. This is my 19th season here in Branson. I started out with a show called The Promise at the Mansion Theater, and I kind of shifted through a bunch of different other shows throughout the years, and Anna and I decided that this was the time to do it, so we launched it. Folks, if you are a Garth Brooks fan, you have to see this show. You're going to hear all your favorite Garth Brooks songs, Friends in Low Places, The Dance, We Shall Be Free, Two of a Kind. We just stack them on top of each other. We give you as much as we can. When you go home, you're going to be singing all those songs again. It's like we were back in 1989. We're here Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 o'clock, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. at the Jerry Presley God & Country Theater. I'm telling you, we put so much work into it, and we've had such a great outpouring of love to us. So we're having a great time our first season. Make sure you come back because we're going to continue to build this thing. You haven't seen anything yet.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show, and on today's episode of PlayBranson, for the first time ever, we have Rich and Anamarie Watson with a show called A Garth Tribute. And we're going to talk about this A Garth Tribute show in a moment because it's a new show, but we want to get to know you guys better and learn about your history here in the music business in Branson. So welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us. I've been wanting to be with you for a long time.
Well, you finally made it.
We made it to the big time.
Yeah.
Well, Anna, why don't you jump in with your history because it's pretty amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am from Fayetteville, Arkansas, born and raised, and I started in 6th grade with vocal lessons. And I started with a teacher that taught me all the classical side and the Broadway side of music. And I did that from 6th to 7th grade. And then I decided that I wanted to go into opera. So a teacher from the University of Arkansas, an opera professor, decided that she would take me on. And so from 8th grade until about the middle of 9th grade, I went into opera. And I absolutely loved it, but I was starting to get way too much vibrato in my voice. And I wanted to learn other sides of music, and so I decided to break away from that. And then I found a vocal coach that coached me until I moved here, and I learned everything else. So all the other sides of music, and she also got me into beauty pageants as well.
So at a very young age, you were like, I want to be in the music industry.
Yes.
Yeah. So talk to us about your career here in Branson.
I actually moved here the summer before my senior year. I was actually in American Kids, and I did that for several years. And there was what was called the Starlight Kids Review, which used to be at the Starlight Theater. And Mike Meese, who was the producer of The Promise, was also the producer of Lost in the 50s. So he came in and heard me sing, and they hired me for The Promise. So me and my family moved here. And I've been here ever since. And so that's where it started me here. I stayed with that show for a couple of years until it finished out. And then I went to work for Shoji. So I did backup singing for him. And then I decided to take some time off and go to college. And then I decided to go work for Elvis tours after that. So that's when I started the career doing backup for Elvis's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then other things, I did a 60s girl show also, and that was the last thing I did until we decided to get into our show and go back to Jerry Presley and do backup for him.
Okay. Well, that was quick and good, man. Okay, let's talk about your career, because it's an interesting one.
Yes.
The interesting one, the music career, or the real one?
Well, we'll do both.
Oh,
Do
my
both.
goodness. Well, as a military brat, I was brought up all over the country, and decided that I would join the Army as soon as I got out of high school, instead of going and playing baseball somewhere. Thought I should go in the Army, so I did. When they sent me off to Panama in '89, I didn't know what was going on, but when I came back, I thought I was bulletproof, and so I got back out after Desert Storm, and they weren't keeping us in, all the vets, so they sent us all home, and the only job I could get was with the Department of Corrections in Missouri. So I started with the Department of Corrections in 1991, went to the Bureau of Prisons in '97, and in 2004 I was able to early retire out of there. Came to Branson to retire, just to have fun, and 1 year later I started in the shows. Been doing shows ever since for 19 seasons.
Yeah, so I find that really fascinating, because you really have had a second career, but it's been in entertainment. And so kind of talk about how all that progressed.
Sure. When I got down here after retiring, I just thought, well, what am I going to do? I just was looking around. I'm having a great time just volunteering at places, not really singing anywhere, but a friend of mine said, The Promise is opening up for auditions. We think you should do that. I'm like, okay, I'll try it out. Went, got the position, ended up with them for 2 seasons before it closed. I've been working steady ever since. Ever since that time. So, I went right from there to Smoke on the Mountain. Did that for 14 years while I was doing a lot of other things. So I've had the opportunity to sing with a lot of great people, work with a lot of great people, build up to this time, went to Silver Dollar City and worked with the Sons of the Silver Dollar for many years, 11 seasons. When Tom retired, our bass singer from there, we decided it's time to launch a Garth tribute. And that is the long and short of it right there.
Okay.
Now, there was 2 promises. There was an original I have to joke about this. It's so much fun, but it's part of our fun. So there was 2. There was one with Randy and Bill Brooks. That was the original one. I did that one. And then Gene Bicknell brought in The Promise over at the Mansion Theater, and that was the one that he did.
Okay. And they were both good.
They were
right?
both excellent, yes.
They were both good.
Yeah.
So, did you have any, like, as a young, before you did the military and all that, did you have any musical training?
Yeah, I sang through school, but my sister was my inspiration to sing, and she was a vocalist and music minister. So she passed away when she was 20 years old, and I was 14.
Wow.
And I stopped singing for a long time.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, she brought me up singing, taught me all my harmonies, and really worked with me throughout the years, and then handed me off to the school teachers.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And so the show, A Garth Tribute, which we're going to talk more about in a second, is a brand new show.
Brand new.
And so you'd been at Silver Dollar City for a really long time. And what we see is a lot of people are at Silver Dollar for a long time, and then they shift into Branson. We've seen it happen with numerous, whether it's the Haygoods,
Yep.
the Hughes, different people, and you guys came as the Sons, right? Or tell me the name. What it was.
The Sons of the Silver Dollar.
Yes.
We left Silver Dollar City and came into town as the Sons Music Celebration.
Okay.
And did 3 seasons of that. So it was time. Tom was upper 60s and having a great time with the grandkids and his motorcycle rides, and he got so busy in the studio. It was time for him to retire, he thought. And so we've been having this concept for a couple years. And we thought, man, okay, do we do it? Well, if we're going to do it, we're going to go out and get the best band we can. We're going to do the best production we can, and we're going to do it.
Okay.
And that's what we're doing.
Okay, and we're going to stop right there, and we'll come back and we'll talk more about the show in just a minute, so hang tight.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Going to Branson for some relaxation and fun? You've got to stay with Branson's award-winning hotel family, Meyer Hotels. Meyer Hotels features 4 hotels in Branson with the best locations for your trip. Choose from brands you know and trust, like the Holiday Inn Express on Green Mountain Drive, the Best Western Centerpoint Inn, Comfort Inn at Thousand Hills, and the Comfort Inn and Suites. Enjoy refreshing indoor pools and hot tubs. Do you like free? How about a free hot breakfast each morning? Free vacation planning services, and of course, smiles are always free. Want even more value? Go to MeyerHospitality.com and join our e-club to save 15% off your next stay and check out incredible deals with our vacation packages. Call 1-877-FUN-STAY to book Branson's award-winning hotels or visit MeyerHospitality.com. It's your safe choice for award-winning lodging in Branson. MeyerHospitality.com. Hey folks, welcome back to PlayBranson. We are going to talk about a Garth tribute. I wanted to say the Garth, but a Garth tribute. And so, of course, most everybody's heard of Garth Brooks. So tell people what they can experience during this show.
Absolutely. So we deem this as a Garth experience with all the energy and all the feeling in an intimate setting. 147 seats where we're at right now. So we spend a lot of time out in the crowd, but we do all the great Garth hits, especially the first 3 albums that he keyed in on, and then we sprinkle in some of the other hits later on, and then Anna wows you with some Trisha Yearwood and another surprise that I'll let her talk about. Yeah.
So I come in and I do some Trisha Yearwood stuff, and then also I come in and do a Carrie Underwood song in the second half. Do a little bit of a surprise, but Rich and I are huge into gospel music, and so we wanted to incorporate that into our second half. And so, there's a song that Carrie Underwood does, and it's an amazing gospel number. And so that was the one that we chose for that. And then we close that out, my segment of doing stuff in the show, with a duet.
Okay.
And then he takes off and does the rest of it in the second half. So.
Yeah.
So do you know how many Garth songs total you're doing, if you had to estimate?
Let me see, besides the duets,
26?
I think we're doing 26 straight Garth hits.
So.
And then 2 duets, then Anna does a few other songs.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Full live band?
Yes.
Full live band.
Yeah.
With a fiddle player.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but besides this show, were you guys going to be involved in either some kind of ministry or revival or something like that as well?
Yeah. Last year, we had some land that we had leased. We'd been leasing for 5 years, and we had no clue. We just knew God told us to lease this land. So it was 10 acres across the street from us in Kirbyville. But at the end of that 5 years, we were like, Lord, did we miss it? What happened here? So like the very next week, we were at church down in Harrison, Arkansas, and a couple approached us that had a revival tent. They were looking for a place to have revival for the summer. We're like, oh my Lord, okay, this is it. So we had revival out there during the summer months for 3 straight months. And we ran it till God told us to lay her down. So
Okay.
that's what we did. But we've been involved in ministry ever since we've been together. We've been
Yes.
married over 17 years and been involved every day of that.
And
So
lots of stuff.
I always say it's tough to launch a new show in town. And so how's it been going?
Better than we expected, actually.
We're holding our own.
We are holding our own. The reception, I mean, the other entertainers are very inviting with us. They're very helpful.
Yes.
You know, I've got some great people that inspire us, that give us little tips. You know, Delina's one of them that was here with us the other day. Doug Gabriel's another one that's just really touched.
Yeah.
They've just been really supportive of us and come to see the show.
Yeah.
So as far as a first year, you throw the name Garth Brooks out there, you're going to get it. But then you put this sweet lady and the best band in town onto it, you're going to have success. And that's what we're having.
He's my biggest fan, can you tell?
Yes, I can tell you all are married. He likes you. He likes you.
I do like her.
Him and my mother.
I have a neighbor, and he goes to shows, and he's like, Chris, and he's been to your show, and he's like, man, it's a good show.
Good.
And so that was one neighbor talking to another neighbor.
I love that.
And he really liked it. Okay, so tell people where you are, when they can come see you.
Yep. We're at God and Country Theater, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 o'clock, Wednesday at 8 p.m. When we were going through the middle week of December.
Yep.
Okay.
Second week.
Second week of December.
So it's 282.
282.
282. And so what do you do when you're not performing?
Oh, goodness.
He cuts wood.
I cut a lot of wood. Yeah, I cut a lot of wood, and I just do a little this and a little that around the house that I can, try to keep up with the dogs. And
I manage a health food store in town, and I work there the other days when I'm not doing the show.
Okay. Okay.
we also get to be on stage together at Jerry Presley's God and
we do
Country
that
Theater.
also.
At Elvis Live. We sing back up for him as well.
Okay. And this is the thing with entertainment in Branson is depending on how many shows you have a week, like people are doing either other shows or even potentially other businesses.
Yeah.
You know, I used to say every entertainer in Branson was also a real estate agent.
Yep.
But not everybody. But that was kind of it's kind of a joke, you know.
Yeah.
It's like because they can go do that during the day or afternoon, depending on when their show
Absolutely.
is. You know.
I go out and cut wood and sell wood or take wood to people that can't afford it. Any way I can to stay outside. I can't stand being inside.
Yeah. So folks, if you have a tree that needs cut, go to the Garth tribute show and then
That's right.
talk to him about that.
Buy one ticket, get one tree free.
That'd be a pretty good deal. That'd be a pretty good
Yeah,
deal.
it would. Forget that.
So I got to ask this question. Like you have all these songs that you sing. Is there a favorite of yours, Garth, that you like it's my favorite one to perform?
Yeah. I have to say, and it's not the most popular song you ever did, but the song We Shall Be Free, it's probably my most favorite song. To me, it's about love. And I just love to invite people to put their blinders on and just feel with their heart for a little bit. So that song's all about that, and that's the message that I try to send them out with. So We Shall Be Free is my favorite one I get to do.
What about you?
Mine is the dance.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love the way that we do the dance. It's a little bit different, but the reason why is because the band finishes it out, and it is so powerful what they do with that at the end of that song. It's absolutely incredible. So that's my favorite.
Yeah. Okay, a little bit of trivia.
Uh-oh.
You mentioned Carrie Underwood.
Uh-huh.
Do you know where Carrie Underwood performed at in Branson?
I don't.
She was at the Grand Palace.
I was going to say
Okay,
that.
you fact checkers out there, if I'm wrong, you let us know. But
When was it?
It was a long time ago.
my goodness.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she was at the Grand Palace. I feel like I saw her there. Maybe imagine it. But it's been a long time ago. But you know, she's had a long career after American Idol.
she sure has.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, here's the deal. If you like Garth Brooks music, if you
Yes.
like Trisha Yearwood music, if you like Carrie Underwood, if you just like country music, come out to a Garth tribute over at God and Country Theater. That is located kind of just past Dolly Stampede on the left, past Applebee's on the left. If you get to Grand Country, you've gone too far.
Yep, turn around.
So, folks, we'll be back in just a second to wrap the show up.
Hey, my name is Rich Watson. I have a Garth tribute right here at the Jerry Presley's God and Country Theater. This is my 19th season here in Branson. I started out with a show called The Promise at the Mansion Theater, and I kind of shifted through a bunch of different other shows throughout the years, and Anna and I decided that this was the time to do it, so we launched it. Folks, if you are a Garth Brooks fan, you have to see this show. You're going to hear all your favorite Garth Brooks songs, Friends in Low Places, The Dance, We shall be free. Two of a kind. We just stack them on top of each other. We give you as much as we can. When you go home, you're going to be singing all those songs again. It's like we were back in 1989. We're here Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 o'clock, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. at the Jerry Presley God and Country Theater. I'm telling you, we put so much work into it, and we've had such a great outpouring of love to us. So we're having a great time our first season. Make sure you come back because we're going to continue to build this thing. You haven't seen anything yet.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. We've been talking to Rich and Anamarie Watson with a Garth tribute. It's located over at the God and Country Theater. It's located at 1840 West 76 Country Boulevard. Their show times are Tuesdays at 2, Wednesdays at 8, and Thursdays at 2 as well. Now, if you need help planning your whole Branson vacation, be sure to go to ibranson.com or call them at 1-877-ENTERTAIN. You can find the latest show schedules, attractions, and lodging options on ibranson.com. Now, you can also find all our PlayBranson episodes on social media on Facebook or YouTube. Be sure to go to our YouTube channel at PlayBranson and subscribe. We'd love that. And you can also find us on thevacationchannel.com. Support your local musicians this week. Go see some live music. They'd appreciate it, and so would we. Well, that's it for today. We'll see you next week on PlayBranson.